And welcome to Talking Pittsburgh. We're talking about a subject or an item that you probably at home are using this morning and you'll probably use every day of your life. We're with Dave Mazza, Regional Director of Pennsylvania Resources Council, and John Thayer, Global Director, Expandable Polystyrene Business at Nova Chemicals. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you, Joe.
Good to be here.
All right, that was the most complicated part of the show. Now we're going to get into why you guys are here today. And there's a collection series going on. How to recycle responsibly, of course, is very important. Some of this stuff gets thrown in garbage cans where it shouldn't be, so we want to make sure folks know how to get rid of polystyrene. Let's talk about the actual product.
Sure. So expandable polystyrene is a protective packaging solution. It's commonly used for cushions for televisions, appliances, things of that nature. And it's also used for temperature-controlled shipping. So if you receive steaks in the mail or shipping fresh seafood, those types of things. And like you said, when you get it, what do you do with it? It's not commonly recycled at curbside.
Right, that's right. I mean, we got a TV in the mail a couple months ago, and we handed over the polystyrene materials to the building, and they, did the responsible thing of recycling it. But some people don't know what to do with it, and this is the actual form of it. This is what it looks like when it's in its raw or rare, before it gets turned into packaging, right?
That's right. So when you receive the material, the expandable polystyrene package, the foam, it has air in it. It's 95 to 98% air. And that's what makes it a very efficient, effective solution, both for protective packaging as well as the thermal-controlled end of that. So what you need to do to effectively recycle it is you need to take that air out of it. And so this is a densified piece of material where the air's been removed. And that way the recycler can ship it economically back to be reused for examples like crown moldings, coat hangers, picture frames, those types of things.
All kinds of stuff we have in our houses.
That's right.
And Dave, we want to talk about the 4 different events going on that folks need to know about if they want to get rid of this stuff correctly.
Right. For the last 10 years, PRC has been holding a series of collection events for what we refer to as hard to recycle materials. We'll be doing our collection schedule again this year in 2013, kicking off on April the 20th at the Gallery at Pittsburgh Mills in Tarentum from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'll be accepting a number of different materials, including e-waste. We'll be doing a paper shredding event, and we're partnering this year with Nova Chemicals to kick off this polystyrene recycling program. So people can bring this packaging material to us at the collection event and drop it off free of charge, and we will make sure that it gets to where it needs to go to be densified and turned into new useful products.
That's right. So it's constantly being turned into something new, which is why it's such a great product. But it can also be detrimental if it's not disposed of properly, right?
Well, we want to avoid putting things that have a useful life into a landfill, because in a landfill they just sit underground forever, basically. Right. So what we want to do is, this material can be remade into products that are very useful. So why not take advantage of that? It conserves natural resources, it saves energy, it reduces greenhouse gas emissions, all the things that are good for the environment. So again, we're encouraging people to come out to the collection event, bring their polystyrene packaging material, and we'll make sure, along with our partners at Nova, that this gets turned into some new useful products.
That's right. And John, I've always just called it styrofoam packaging,
right,
or whatever. But I'm reading here that Nova Chemicals is the leading producer of plastics and chemicals that make everyday life easier, of course. So, I mean, you guys are really playing a big role in everyone's everyday life.
That's right. Sustainability is very important to Nova. We operate the largest expandable polystyrene facility in Monaca, Pennsylvania, in North America. And so it's very important. As Dave said, the way we look at plastics is they're too valuable to waste, right? It's really too valuable to put in a landfill because they can be repurposed and reused many times.
Mm-hmm. And where did this idea come up? How did you guys create this idea of the 4 events and trying to get people involved?
Well, from PRC's perspective, I mean, as a nonprofit environmental organization, we're out there trying to find solutions to environmental issues. We get a lot of phone calls from the public asking us, how do you recycle this? Where can I take that? So when we get those phone calls, we try to find a resource for them to use, and when we can't find a resource, we try to create one. So again, with this particular program, there are not a lot of options in this region for having this material recycled and reused. And with conversations with Nova over the last year or so, we decided, well, let's try to create an opportunity for people to actually divert this material.
Yeah, it's got to be motivating for you guys to hear that people are actually calling and concerned that they want to know how to dispose of these materials that are so helpful the right way, obviously.
That's right. People have become, very well educated over time, and so people want to do the right thing. And so this is an opportunity with these 4 events for people to bring their polystyrene for it to be repurposed and reused. Across the U.S., there's actually 200 facilities right now that will do drop-off or collection. There are some curbside opportunities for polystyrene recycling, but those are not as widespread as what we would like them to be. So we're taking this initiative along with PRC and the great work that they do to bring polystyrene into that recycle stream.
Yeah, definitely making an impact. Dave Mazza, John Thayer, we're going to put up some information right now. I think it's up there on the screen. That's for Saturday, April 20th, of course, and there are those other events. You can go to prc.org, I would assume, to find out all the other information we need to know about this.
That's right. Absolutely.
Okay, guys, thanks so much. And it's a great story because we have a local presence here making a product everyone uses. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Joe.
We'll be right back.